Hello everyone, welcome back to Bascar Bricks, and today I have a 1999 set for you. This is Speeder Bikes. A couple of quick facts about this set. It was in 1999, so it was in the very first wave of LEGO Star Wars, so everything you see on this box is a first. It is the only wave to have the LEGO system logo, and a couple of interesting things. This is the first set to ever have those speeder bikes. Scout Troopers were actually made a couple years before the first Stormtroopers, and that is the very first Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, which was not the standard Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. But before I open up the box and show you what's inside, here is the box art. Yeah, interestingly, there's sort of speeder bikes on the bottom. There's the age, 7 to 12. And interestingly, they don't have anywhere to show the minifigs. There's the Star Wars art, the LEGO system logo, and on the back of the box, you can see some pretty cool things. You can see them dismantling the box to show an alternate build. They don't do these anymore, which really is a shame. It just kind of really just tells kids, you know, it's LEGO. Take it apart and build something new. So they build that. I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. Yeah. Alright, well, I don't know. Show you just a couple more angles of the box. And, there's also no minifig on the top. So this only has, what, 90 pieces? Yeah, that's not that much, but I'm going to open it here using, since it does not have tape, I'm going to open it, cut around it, get all the stuff out, then show you. Alright, now the opening of the box was a success. In the box, you got this plate, this light green plate for some of the greenery. Here is the first bag. One thing you can actually notice through the bag, look, the minifigures in the bag already have their helmets on. Here is the second smaller bag with some of the smaller pieces, but we have surprises, just like my Naboo Starfighter. My droid fighter from 1999. We have some advertisement. Here's the first little bit of advertisement. Some of this is quite a bit smaller. No, alright, well, here, this is a little bit different than the last one. It's an ad for the Lego Mania magazine. You can see a couple of things there. You can see some M-Tron, some Star Wars, some Johnny Thunder adventures, you know, some pirates. On the back, there's just a little bit more, and of course, the mail form to give you a little bit good look at that. It's always cool to see these kind of like look back into LEGO history, so that's really cool. We also get this, a small piece of paper that has some surprises. I'm very happy that this looks different than my other than the one that came, the droid fighter. Both of these do. At least they look a little different, which I can appreciate that effort. Opening this up, alright, it's very similar, just a little bit of different stuff. There you can see City Center. If you haven't seen my last review, I'm still going to go through all these, but this just looks very similar. Alright, there you can see City Center, the Ninja line of Castle. It's cool. I want to get some of those sets. There you have Adventures. I always want to get some of those sets. A rocket launch pad and the robots. Interesting theme. Here you can see a bunch of Rock Raiders and Star Wars. There's a look at the Rock Raiders, and this, of course, is the Star Wars. They only show A New Hope stuff there, interestingly, which I think is kind of cool. All right, well, those were awesome. That was such a cool little look back into LEGO history, but what is more of a look back into LEGO history is the original instruction manual. A little bit folded. That's what came in the box. Here it is. Now let's go into this. Excuse me for the camera there, but here, yeah. Oh, and look at on the top here. They actually show scenes from the movie. How cool is that? So in the instruction manual, throughout it, you can see what they're trying to depict. That is so cool. I wish that they do that nowadays. Alright, but here is the back. You get to see a little bit more action from the set along with the box, along with the back of the box. Any advertisement in the back? Nope. Yeah, that's cool. I'm very pleased with that. So you get 2 pieces of advertisement in the instruction manual, 2 bags with the minifig heads already applied and a plate. Well, what a treat was that. Now, of course, I'm going to go build it now, and I'm going to come right back at you. Alright, just finished the set, and here's the, oh, I forgot to say, that is the one extra piece. It's an odd one, isn't it? But here is a bit of foliage. This is a tree, and for $19.99, I'm actually pretty impressed with this. It gives you some space to put a minifig, good place to display Luke Skywalker on. Of course, we'll take a look at the minifigs after the builds. Here's the back. Looks slightly odd, but doesn't look terrible. Yet, I do actually like the shaping on the front here quite a bit, and I like all of the foliage sticking out of it. It looks very it looks blocky, but it looks good. The only slight irritation is those little black pieces up there, but that doesn't really ruin the look of it too much. It's definitely great for the set because the speeder bikes, crash into trees. Not too much to say about that. It does use the old gray, by the way. Everything here uses the old color, the old grays, and the old browns. In this set, you get 2 speeder bikes. Here is one of them. There is the other. And it is also worth saying those front things, I did not arrange them perfectly. I did my very, very best. They're close enough for me. But yeah, honestly, let's take into consideration that this is $19.99. These are actually really good for a first try. LEGO did a great job with these. I like that piece on the back that's used. Overall, this feels right. One kind of cool thing that you can do when you want to pick this up and fly it around, you can move that, and then it's ready to fly. And then once you want to put it back down on the ground, you put that down. It's very slidable. You can put a minifig there standing, which feels appropriate. I believe that is an engine looking at some source material, but there's only one. They just leave another clip open. So maybe that is a weapon, possibly? The scout troopers don't come up blasters, so it might be a weapon for them, but I don't know. That's interesting that they only have one. Maybe they only added one on each, just for they can have that extra clip on the other side. Or maybe it's because it is a weapon. I don't know. Yep, I do like how they did the front. They used those fork-like pieces. I haven't had those before, so I'm very happy to get some of those. And the only thing I would have wanted is maybe just some sort of tile or something to hold those, since they do tend to move a little bit. But yeah, both of these are very solid builds. Definitely a little bit confused, but I'm definitely going to be displaying them like that. Yeah. These look good to me. Of course, the only really, in terms of playability, the only issue, of course, so many builds suffer from this, even builds nowadays. If you take the figure off, that's probably going to come off with it. But that's not really a big deal. The build felt good to me. This looks good to me. This feels good to me. And yeah, I'll just put a minifig on here real quickly, just for comparison. I'm not really going to have him grab on the handlebars. But of course, he'd be leaning forward. You'd have to move that. That just gives you a basic idea of the scale. Overall, I think LEGO did a good job on these. Now we're going to take a look at, I think it is the most exciting part, the 3 minifigures that come in this set. Alright, so these are 2 beauties that come in this set. These are 2 original 1999 Scout Troopers. Interestingly, the positions that their hands are at are basically how they came in the bags. Let's just take a quick look at these guys here. No back printing, no printing on the back. This was in 1999. These guys came out before Stormtroopers. I think it actually took them a couple of years to make a Stormtrooper, maybe 1 or 2, I think, maybe. But considering this is in 1999, they did a really good job. Just looking at it, of course, no printing on the legs, but took clones quite a bit to get printing on their legs too. These helmet molds, this just basic mold, was used for quite a while. So good job on LEGO on that. The torso printing also looks really good too, especially considering this is 1999. And that's also interesting. That's just not like a black head. That print fits right onto the visor. And also, interestingly, the mouth also mimics the one of Luke Skywalker. Interesting. So there is just a hole in the visor, much like earlier clone trooper helmets. And he also uses the yellow head before they came out with flesh color tones for minifigs. So yeah. Oh, these guys look really good. These are actually my very first Scout Troopers, and for them to be in 1999 is such a treat. So now we're going to look at the hero of this set, Luke Skywalker. Alright, so here is Luke Skywalker. No, wait. Three, two, one. Alright, so here is one of the very first Luke Skywalkers ever made. He is in his Endor outfit. He has no printing on the back. I'm going to show that now. But yeah, he has that wonderful, amazing chrome hilt. I have other sets with that chrome hilt, but I'm always more than happy to get another. It didn't come with an extra. That blade is not as green as it should be, but it does not look bad necessarily. And it has that standard face print for Luke, which works fine, I think. And that hair piece also works good for Luke they're portraying here. Of course, it could have been the darker color that they're doing now. Still looks good. That torso print, though. That torso print is interesting. I know they remade this, I believe, one of the, I think in the UCS Imperial Shuttle. So, of course, he had like a pancho piece on. I don't believe that they printed it right onto him. Or am I thinking of Leia that had that design? I don't know if they ever remade this, but I know it was a low budget prop that the actual actor had on, so maybe that actually works really well. So it does not look awful to me. I think it could be better, but it does not look awful. You can see a lot of nice folds and stuff and a little bit of camouflage on this guy. Yeah, overall, look at that chrome hilt. Oh my gosh. What a treat that is. Here, let me just get a... Right over here, here is a normal lightsaber hilt. Just look at that difference. Wow. Alright, I know, I think it's good that we aren't using chrome hilts for, environmental and durability reasons. But oh my gosh, do they look good. Alright, on to the overview of the set. Alright, but yeah, before I quickly go into the overview, two things. One, that plate is not included. Two, look at some reference images. I do believe it is accurate only to have one, and I can appreciate them just having a clip. But, overall, for 1999, the very first year of LEGO Star Wars, LEGO did a great job, I think, with this. I think that these speeders look good. They look like the in-universe thing. I kind of like the feature of being able to do that. I think that this is a good set. In modern standards, it may not look as good as today's speeders, but you can tell what it is. It captures a lot of the nice details, and LEGO did a good job. Of course, this is from 1999, so as a LEGO Star Wars collector, I'm super, super happy to have it, but I'm trying not to look into that bias yet. I'm gonna get into that, but not looking at it at that bias. The tree is okay. It adds necessary play value and accuracy to the scene. Not looking at stuff as a collector. The Luke Skywalker's probably okay. The Scout Troopers are fine. Yeah, there's not really many complaints about them. For 1999, they're pretty good. In today's standards, of course, with our dual molded helmets and such, they may not be, but yeah. I pushed out a piece there. But now, putting the lens on the lens of a vintage LEGO Star Wars enthusiast, I like this set even more now. I love the Luke Skywalker, even though it may just be an okay minifig, and today, even though if it is just an okay minifig, I love it so much. This is the very first Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. That might be the very first tree we've gotten in LEGO, and I don't think it really looks too bad. The very first Scout Troopers, what is that? The very first Imperials, I think, maybe. And the very first speeder bikes, LEGO did a great job here. They captured all of the necessary elements, and they just did a good job with this set. These are upon some of my very first minifigures from 1999. I'm super pleased with that. Everything here is just about a first. And taking that into consideration, I think LEGO did a great job. I'm super pleased to have it. That's going to do all for today. If you ended up enjoying the video, make sure you, of course, leave a like, subscribe, and see you in my next video.